Djonai, Djonai, you're always in a dirty play. Djonai, Djonai, once again, here we are today. Oh, Djonai, Djonai. Shout out to Act Nation. You guys ever watch Friday? Of course you guys have. You're smart people. You know Friday, Craig's in the kitchen, Pops is in the kitchen. Craig, how come every time I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen? And I'm starting to have that feeling when it comes to Djonai Carrington and dirty basketball, Djonai Carrington and flagrant fouls. How come every time I'm watching a flagrant foul, you're committing the foul?
Look at this play.
Whoa!
What is that?
If she would have had extension.
Bro, what is that? You just yanked her down by her hair for no reason. That's like...
Who would have come off?
I saw that at the Olympics. Lisa Leslie was playing Lon Jackson in Seoul and got her hunk of her hair.
Imagine getting clotheslined in front of thousands of people, and the refs just blink like it's halftime yoga. That's exactly what happened when Djonai Carrington unleashed a tackle so brutal, it should have come with a seatbelt warning. But here's the kicker, the WNBA, silent. Like, maybe if we don't say anything, no one noticed silent. Oh, but we noticed. And now, we're unpacking the league's most awkward cover-up since the confetti fell in the wrong locker room.
Oh, enough's enough, bro. Enough is enough. WNBA, when are y'all going to do something? When are y'all going to do something? You don't know what I'm talking about? This is what I'm talking about. Dirty Djonai Carrington back at it again. Miss, I'm not a dirty player. I just never give up on a play. Really? Really? Somebody's gonna get hurt. Somebody is gonna get seriously hurt. And this is ridiculous. This is supposed to be a professional league, WNBA. When are y'all gonna step in?
Folks, this is craziness. You've seen the play by now. She hacks the hell out of Skylar Diggins Smith. Well, Skylar Diggins. Sorry, I had the Smith. My bad. She slides her foot underneath Gabby Williams. That wasn't even called the flagrant foul, even though by rule it is. By rule, it's a flagrant foul. Wasn't even a conversation about if it happened. It happened.
It was a regular WNBA game. At least that's what we thought. Two teams on the court, fans cheering, cameras rolling, and somewhere in the middle of it all, Djonai Carrington decided she was auditioning for the NFL. Because what she delivered wasn't a foul, it wasn't a block, it wasn't even basketball. It was a straight-up, no-chaser tackle so brutal it could have qualified for a SportsCenter top 10 on the wrong show.
But when we get some different angles of it, you just see how this is clearly, definitely, 100% not a basketball play. Let's take a look.
Up and follow through
We got Djonai.
Signals for the officials that this will likely get upgraded.
Djonai, did you forget what sport you're playing? You know this is basketball, right?
Now what happened next? Well, absolutely nothing. The refs just blinked like their contact lenses fogged up at the worst possible moment. No whistle, no foul, no ejection. It was like watching someone knock over a bookshelf in a library and everyone just politely claps. And that was the beginning of the great disappearing foul of 2025. Because the WNBA, in all its professional glory, collectively decided that this human torpedo move didn't exist.
You can't even make this stuff up. Djonai Carrington is in a crash out session now. Djonai Carrington is trying to defend herself now. Djonai Carrington is trying to tell you that she's not a dirty player. Djonai Carrington is catching all kinds of backlash from all different YouTubers, including myself. I drop a video. Within an hour, you see that she has a post. And I'm not saying it's because of me, but there are a whole bunch of videos already circulating from the different content creators about that outrageous foul that she committed on Skylar Diggins.
The tackle became a ghost, a figment of our imagination. Some say if you close your eyes and whisper, Carrington, you'll still hear the squeak of sneakers and the sound of justice being stuffed in a locker. Let's rewind. Connecticut Sun versus their latest punching bag opponent, close game, tension is high, but then out of the blue, Carrington rockets herself at an opposing player with the grace of a wrecking ball on a Red Bull binge. The impact? monstrous. The crowd, audible gasp. The player, sent sprawling like a shopping cart down a steep hill. And the refs, doing their best impression of three guys playing charades while blindfolded.
When are y'all gonna step in and do something about this? When y'all gonna step in? This is getting, it's past ridiculous. It is past ridiculous. Look at this nonsense. Look at this nonsense, man. You got Djonai Carrington today with the Dallas Wings going against the LA Sparks. Look at this play.
Whoa!
What is that?
If she would have had extension.
Bro, what is that? You just yanked her down by her hair for no reason.
Here's the play-by-play. Player A gets the ball. Player B prepares to defend. Carrington, apparently unaware that she's still in a basketball arena and not the UFC octagon, lunges with shoulder speed and full body momentum. And then, crickets. The whistle never came. The referee, who had a clear front row view of the incident, just sort of nodded like he approved of the effort. Maybe he thought it was modern interpretive dance. Maybe he lost a bet. Or maybe, just maybe, the WNBA had decided this was the day they'd test out their new invisibility cloak for fouls. Now, let's talk rules. According to the official WNBA guidelines, which apparently were printed in disappearing ink, excessive force, dangerous contact, and unsportsmanlike behavior should be punished. You know, things like body slamming a human being. But somehow, Carrington's reenactment of a linebacker's greatest hit didn't meet the criteria. And before someone chimes in with, well, maybe it didn't look that bad, here's a friendly reminder. This wasn't a casual bump. This was a flying tackle that would make rugby players wince. It was so aggressive that somewhere in the distance, a ref in the NFL threw a flag just out of instinct.
To me, I think Djonai Carrington is doing this to keep her name hot at this point. Just to go out of your way to physically hurt players is crazy. Like, I don't want to hear she play hard, she get into the ball, none of that, bro. Because what she's doing right now is completely just downright unacceptable on so many levels.
But this isn't just about one bad non-call. This is about consistency. Because the WNBA has a highlight reel of players who've been benched, fined, and suspended for significantly less. Accidentally elbow someone, that's a flagrant. Raise your voice too high, that's a technicality. Glare for more than 2 seconds, that's a code red and a call to security. So what makes this one different? Why the radio silence? Why the magical vanishing of one of the most blatant infractions of the season? Well, let's consider the possibilities. First, the Djonai Carrington factor. She's not just another player, she's a known name, energetic, marketable, rising star. The kind of player the WNBA likes to put front and center in their promos with some upbeat music and a slow-mo layup. Which makes you wonder, was this silence strategic? You know, the old protect the face of the franchise routine? Because, let's face it, leagues have a long history of protecting their darlings. Every sport has their golden children. The ones who can commit a war crime on live television, and the league will send them a fruit basket. But even by that standard, pretending a flying tackle didn't happen is bold. Like, don't look at the body, it's just a mannequin bold. And the internet? Oh, the internet noticed. Twitter lit up like someone announced free donuts for life. Hashtags flew, memes were made, side-by-side comparisons popped up showing this tackle next to other flagged fouls. Ones that had players escorted out like they just punched the ref's dog.
Her hair.
That's
next
crazy.
Thing you know, it's on the floor.
How are y'all not like
under the basket?
Bro, how is the WNBA letting her get away with this? Look at this. She's going to the, she just grabs her hair and yanks her. Bro, look at this girl's neck. Look at like rookie Sarah Ashley Barker. And the WNBA continues to allow this nonsense.
But this got the same reaction as someone tying their shoe. Nothing. Commentators did the usual backflips to dodge the obvious. One described it as an unfortunate collision. Another mumbled something about physical play, and yet another simply pretended their mic cut out at the exact moment of impact. Everyone seemed suddenly allergic to saying what we all saw, a straight-up demolition. And if you were waiting for the WNBA's official channels to say something, good luck. Their post-game recap could have been written by an AI set to ignore trauma. Not a peep. No statement, no review, just vibes. It's like watching a magician pull a rabbit out of a hat and then everyone in the room claps even though the rabbit was clearly just under the table. Everyone saw it. No one acknowledged it. Now let's go deeper. Because this isn't the first time the WNBA has taken the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no foul approach. There's a pattern, one where accountability seems more like an optional add-on than a requirement. If a lesser-known player had done the same thing, guaranteed fine, maybe even a one-game suspension. But when it's someone the league wants front and center on their magazine covers, suddenly the standards get a little fuzzy.
It's no longer a matter of if she's a dirty player. It's a matter of if she's the dirtiest player in the WNBA. And you damn well know who we're talking about. We are talking about Djonai Carrington, or Dirtbag Djonai, as I love to call her. Back to her antics. You thought they were only reserved for Caitlin Clark. No. She is Dirty 101.
Let's take a short tour through memory lane. Remember the time another player got fined for stepping half an inch over the bench line during a scuffle? Or when someone said the word soft too loudly and got hit with a technical? Now compare that to Carrington's full-speed impact that could have qualified for a car insurance claim. And yet, not even a whisper of a review. What this all boils down to isn't just a missed call. It's a credibility crisis. The kind of moment that makes fans start side-eyeing the league like it's trying to sell them magic beans. You can't market the sport as competitive, fair, and high-level if you're letting a linebacker audition play out in real time without consequence. And it's not like the fans didn't notice. The consensus? Guilty. Unapologetically guilty. Some fans even started joking that maybe the WNBA was trying to launch a new hybrid league, WNFXL, Women's National Football Extreme League, where the fouls are made up and the injuries don't matter. Meanwhile, the player who took the hit? Not a word of sympathy from the league. No acknowledgement, no follow-up. Just left to shake it off like it was a mild breeze, not a human freight train to the chest, which raises another uncomfortable question. Is player safety only a priority when it fits the narrative?
In fact, the only thing this play screams is, dude, keep Djonai Carrington far away from my team, man. Keep Djonai Carrington far away from my team. There's a difference between playing hard and just playing reckless. Playing hard and playing dirty. Playing hard and playing like Djonai Carrington. There is a huge difference. In the same game, again, folks.
And here's the kicker. Carrington didn't even seem fazed. Played on like nothing happened. Because why not? If the league won't stop you, why stop yourself? It's not her job to officiate her own fouls. That's what the referees and league reviews are for, or, supposed to be for. Now, if we really want to turn up the irony, let's look at the WNBA's current messaging campaigns, promoting player empowerment, fairness, respect, safety, all those shiny words plastered across ads and hashtags. But when the moment came to actually demonstrate that commitment, they ghosted harder than a bad Tinder date. And for those hoping this would be addressed in the next press conference, hilarious optimism. The league trotted out its usual talking points like a beauty pageant contestant, avoiding world peace questions. Lots of moving forward and focus on the game, and exactly zero mention of the human bowling ball incident. Even retired players watching from the sidelines were baffled. You could practically hear them mutter, "Back in my day, that was a flagrant and a fine." Of course, back in their day, a tackle like that would have involved a stretcher and a 48-hour review committee. But sure, let's all pretend this was normal. Let's all nod along like watching a player perform an Olympic-style takedown is just another day at the office.
So once again, Djonai Ratchet as Carrington is back at it again, being the dirty player that she is. And of course, the Black Clan and Black Clan Panthers have no problem with this dirty play. They're just like, I love Djonai. She plays so hard. How many dirty plays is this now for the season? Constantly trying to take people out on the court because you got all that ratchet girl energy that you got to release on the court, man. And you know what's funny about this? Remember when she was in practice with Paige breaking all those shots and Paige was clowning her and she was like, I got bad knees. That's why I can't shoot. But you fly through the air like a ratchet raven to go and try to block shots and then just take people out. And now all of a sudden your knees just aren't bad to be able to do this, huh?
did confirm that one of those flagrant fouls was rescinded, which means to tell me that the WNBA is kind of justifying Djonai Carrington assaulting these players, bro. But it's just interesting to see how time and time again it's starting to become into a habit where every game Djonai Carrington have a situation. Now, it's one thing to want your name trending and still be in the media and still create some type of publicity, but doing it this way is just not right, bro. To me, I think
If the league thought fans wouldn't notice, they clearly underestimated the power of high-definition replay and a fan base with zero chill. People dissected the footage like it was the Zapruder film. Frame by frame, angle by angle, down to the pixel. And no matter how many times you watch it, the conclusion is the same. This wasn't a bump. This wasn't a slip. This was a full-on, malicious, drive-through combo of speed, power, and denial. And that denial, that's the most dangerous part. Because it sets a precedent. One where player safety becomes optional. One where transparency becomes a punchline. And one where the league's integrity gets chipped away with every selective silence. So what now? Is the WNBA hoping this gets buried under highlight reels and dance cam footage? Hoping the collective memory just resets? Hoping the player who got tackled doesn't post a slow-mo video with sad violin music? Spoiler alert, it's already too late. The internet is forever. The memes are eternal. And the fans, they're watching. Closely, critically, loudly. The same fans the league is trying to grow. The same fans being told to trust the product, believe in the system, support the league. Maybe the league should try supporting them back with something wild and radical, like honesty.
As you can see, it's a jump ball. Skylar's going down for a fast break layup. Djonai winds up and smacks her across the head, and Skylar is on the ground having a hard time getting up. But this was something where people are saying, okay, Djonai, this is happening a little bit too much for my liking. These hard fouls, these reckless plays are happening a little bit too much. And I want to show you guys one more play that was also in that game that actually injured Gabby Williams. Now, if you watch here, Gabby Williams is going up for a little mid-range jumper. Djonai jumps to try to block her, and she comes down to where Gabby Williams doesn't have enough landing space. So she lands it.
Here's the truth. Mistakes happen. Refs miss things. Leagues fumble. But it's how they respond that matters. And pretending the most viral play of the week didn't happen, that's not just a mistake. That's an insult. To the players, to the fans, to the game. And this is where things go from bizarre to brand damaging. When the league watches Djonai Carrington body check someone like she's auditioning for NFL Blitz 2000 and responds with nothing, that's not just a missed call. That's a missed opportunity to show the world you take player safety seriously. What happens when the next player thinks, well, Carrington got away with it, so maybe I'll throw in a flying elbow too? Are we turning the WNBA into the Women's No Whistle Brawl Association? Let's be real. When a league ignores violent play, it's not just sweeping a foul under the rug, it's laying down a red carpet for chaos. Fans notice, sponsors definitely notice, and players, they start wondering if the rulebook is optional or just selectively applied based on jersey sales and Instagram followers. By staying silent, the WNBA sends a message louder than any press conference ever could. If you're marketable, we got your back, even if you go full Mortal Kombat on court. That kind of inconsistency doesn't build a league. It builds resentment, confusion, and a highlight reel that doubles as a lawsuit exhibit.
You don't have to touch her. But you trying to swat like you're LeBron James, it's not safe, man. It's not safe. Come on, fam. This is why you're getting called a dirty player. Because you're playing out of control. Even when you're guarding up somebody, you get to hacking dribblers, the ball handler. You get to hacking them. You get to slapping their arms when they get the ball, Even Kate Martin ended up pointing at you during Unrivaled. Like, why you're not gonna call this ref? She's slapping the heck out of me.
And let's not even talk about the liability nightmare. If another player gets injured because this kind of play goes unchecked. Empowerment isn't turning a blind eye when one of your own turns into a human missile. Which brings us here. We saw it. The fans, the players, the viewers at home who accidentally tuned in thinking it was ESPN's Rugby Hour. We all saw it. So why didn't the league? Or, more accurately, why pretend not to? You can't build audience trust by gaslighting them into thinking their eyes deceived them. Growth doesn't come from ignoring the obvious. It comes from confronting it, owning it, and fixing it. Because if the WNBA wants to keep expanding its audience, it better start by protecting its credibility before the league becomes known more for what it ignores than for how it scores. So maybe it's time the WNBA stops pretending this was a case of, oops, missed it, and starts owning the fact that ignoring the obvious doesn't make it go away. It just makes everything else look suspicious by default.